Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm gamesplaining Merlin. So if you have watched my other videos, you'll have an idea of the rules of Merlin and how the game plays. I have set up the game for two players, yellow and blue. Yellow will be the first player as indicated by this lovely crown. You start with resources that come off these cards. So yellow had that one, which shows where to start. So on the purple principality, he gets a purple flag, which he's taken. He gets a blue shield, which he's taken. And he gets a grey cube, which he's taken. And an influence token in the black area, which he's taken. And I've done the same for blue on his card. And Merlin always starts in the dragon principality where he currently is. Yellow's extra cards that he's working towards show he's trying to get 4 flags. He's trying to get 2 influence tokens in purple. He's trying to get 2 of the dragon shields or the black shields. And he's trying to get an influence in orange, 1 grey flag, and 1 blue shield. He currently has the blue shield, so he just needs to get those 2 working for him to be able to claim that one. It's worth 3 points to him, so it's probably a worthwhile one to grab early because that will enable him to also get the influence down here. Blue is trying to get a black and purple shield. He currently has neither. He's trying to get 2 of his henchmen into the grey principality. He's trying to get these 2 henchmen into the same principality, so if he could get those 2 henchmen into grey, he'll be able to claim these 2 one turn after the other. Or he could try and get those 2 into purple and do the same thing. They're both worth 2 points. It's just a matter of if he's going to get the 2 for the shield bearer or the builder. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. So everyone rolls their dice at the same time and they line their dice up onto their board. Now in turn order, you will use one of your dice, starting with the first player who has the crown, so that's yellow in this case. Remembering that the knights, the coloured guys, always move in clockwise direction. Merlin can move either way. So yellow's choice is he can move Merlin to here, which is going to help him not at all because, you know, he likes his cards. There's nothing else he really wants to go after. Or here, which will get him a point per shield. He only has 1 shield at the moment, so that's worth 1 point to him. He might hold off on Merlin for the moment. Then he's got a 1, 2, or 6, so he could move here, which would give him 1 more building cube, and that building cube would come from black. He can move here and trade some cards. He doesn't want to do that. Or he could go here and get Excalibur. That looks fairly promising. If he goes to get Excalibur, his next turn he's got a 2 or a 1, so he could spend a 2 to get to here, and then he would have to spend a 1 to go here. And that's almost a wasted move, but I mean, he might be able to find something good by doing that. Other options he has is he goes here and gets an extra building cube, and then spends his 2 to go here and do a building in the environs, which might be useful because he can pick up an extra influence somewhere or an extra shield if he wishes. And if he does that, he will then end up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this same spot. So he's basically got the choice of doing a building or grabbing Excalibur. The other thing you've got to look at is with Merlin. He's got a 3. The other player has a 1. So Merlin may end up here. If blue moves Merlin to here before he has a go, he'll then have a chance to move Merlin back here and do a building in the environs. Or he could move him forward to that principality. If blue moves Merlin here, 1, 2, 3, he can move him to this principality, or 1, 2, 3, he could trade some stuff. So either way, that's looking good to let blue do Merlin first. I think it might be the most beneficial to actually go after Excalibur at the moment. So he's going to spend his number 6. You put that in the middle of the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He takes Excalibur. When you take Excalibur, you get rid of one of the baddies. So he's only going to have to get 1 more shield in order to be able to actually defend against them at the end of the round when we get to a scoring. Then it's blue's turn. Blue has the choice of moving Merlin here, which will allow him to put a henchman up, which could get him something cool, or take a point for his 1 influence. Or he's got a 2, 3, or 6. So where he's currently standing, he could go here and build in the environs, go there and get a point, or here and swap some stuff around. So going and building in the environs looks like the best option for him, so he's going to do that. He'll go 2. He has a purple cube, which will allow him to build. And he will build, this one's worth 5, so it might be worth trying to grab that one early. And he can come straight down on that and take it from there, which will get him the extra bonus. And he's going to use that opportunity to grab a purple shield. So that does two things. It goes partway to fulfilling this card, and it also defends against. Make sure you put the die up there when you've had your turn. Yellow goes 2, and he will move to here, which allows him to bring one of his henchmen up. The cards he has are talking into anything on the brown space, so he might bring the flag bearer up and grab a brown flag. So the flags that he has, I should take a moment on this one, is the purple flag allows him to flip one of his dice upside down once. So if he has a 1 here, if he really doesn't want to use that 1, he could flip it over to a 6. The brown one that he's just picked up allows him to, once he's done his move, it allows him to jump to the opposite side of the board and action whatever he lands on. So if he moves to here next, he would jump to there and action that one instead. Okay, blue's turn next. He can go 3 or 6. 3 to get one of his henchmen up. He goes 6. He's going to go 6. So he'll spend the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get to that principality. In the grey principality, he needs that shield to defend. So he will, for the moment, send his shield bearer up. And that also puts him 1 closer to this card. He needs to get 2 guys into the grey principality. So if he can do that again, he's probably doing pretty well. Then it is back to yellow's turn. Yellow's going to move his 1 just because he has to. He doesn't have to change any of his cards in, but looking at the state of things at the moment, this one's not really doing anything, so he might get rid of that one and leave the other 2. So he'll create a discard pile over there, and he's going to grab this one because it's worth 3 points, and he already has 2 of the items, so he's got that grey cube. He's got the purple flag. All he needs is the black shield, and he's got that one. Blue's turn. Blue is going to spend his Merlin die to move Merlin 1. He has influence in the blue territory, so he is going to send his builder up into the blue territory, gain him a blue cube. Then it's back to yellow's turn. Yellow now has to move Merlin, so he'll move Merlin 3. 1, 2, 3, he can get him to the grey area, which will allow him to send a henchman up there. He needs a grey flag, so he'll do that. First he'll send his flag bearer, who's here, up into the blue spot. This flag will enable him to claim 2 of those cards, so 2 cards in the same turn instead of just 1 card, and if he does that, he'll get an extra 2 points for doing so. And yellow is also going to use the Merlin staff to action that again, and he will send up influence. Okay, it is now blue's last die to use. Blue has a 3, and he'll go 1, 2, 3, which gets him to there, uses that die, and that allows him to build in the environs. He has a blue cube, and he is going to spend that to build. He can either build in this row or this line here. He might actually go there because it's worth 1 extra point every turn to him. Actually, no, he wants the extra stuff. It's worth 3 points. So he's dropping 1 point each turn by going there, but the yellow player hasn't got anything there yet, so it may be a good maneuver. And what that will get him is a flag, influence, or shield. He has enough shields to cover that. He could take a black shield and claim this card. He could take another flag. I don't need any flags for any of the other cards. Or he could put an influence up, which will give him an extra point, potentially. He's going to grab a shield, and he will claim the black shield, which go on his board. He can now claim that card. That mission has now been successfully completed. So he's now got the choice, 2 points, or put the marker on the shield bearer's thing. I think it's actually probably worthwhile enabling him to move the shield bearer to anywhere. So that means that whenever he goes to a province, he's going to be able to move his shield bearer to wherever he actually needs a shield from, rather than being limited by having to try and get to a specific principality. And blue will now take 1 more card. There should be 3 cards always available. They all look really similar to stuff he's already doing, except this one is looking for 2 influence in the brown space. He has no influence there. He might just take a roll and he'll grab one blind, and he's grabbed this one, which is just looking for the builder in the dragon space. Okay, that's the end of the first round. I don't really want to go on to another round, but let's pretend that was the end of the second round, so we're up to a scoring, just so you can see how it does score. First up, we go to these. This board has defended against blue, so blue comes away. He has not defended against purple. He probably would have if we had the second go, but that's okay. So he's going to lose 3 points. And we go 1, 2, 3, backwards. If he had defended against that, because he holds Excalibur, it would have given him an extra 3 points rather than going the other direction. Blue has defended 1, 2, 3 against all 3 of his foes. So they all come off and the shields go back to their original locations. Because the points have now been dealt with, that one comes out. And to set up for the next round, 3 new tiles come to each player. Next we come down to the environs. Blue is the only one with any ownership of the environs, so he gets 3 points for that area, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for that area, so blue gets 8 points. Then we go to influence. So starting here, yellow gets 1 point, yellow gets 1 point, blue gets 1 point, and that's it. And then we go to the henchmen. Yellow has 2 henchmen up there, and blue also has 2 henchmen, so each of them will get 2 points. Now what we do is each player will take their dice back, re-roll them, and place them on their board to start the next round. Just a heads up, if you happen to roll 3 or 4 of the same number, you need to re-roll all of your dice. But if you roll 2 of the same number, you keep both of them. And that will go until we get to the end of the 6th round. So, I hope this has given you a better idea of how Merlin plays. I hope this helps you get Merlin to the table. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplayed, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.